Hello? Anybody out there? Does anyone care? Can you guys see me? I see the chat. I don't know if anybody sees me. Hello? Can you see me? Oh, so you can see the wheel finally? Can you see it, Mina? Okay. Mina says we're good. All right. How's the quality? Do I look good or do I look grainy? Squeaky. Okay. So it's been a while since I've gone live. So we're a little, at least we gave everybody time to get here. I don't know how many people are on right now, but hello to everyone who's been new here, who's been here before. Today we're going to be doing the merch giveaway. So what that is let me pop up my handy dandy screen here to kind of show everybody what we got going on, if I can find it. All right. So this is the giveaway. We're going to be giving away a t-shirt, a hat, and a signed CD by yours truly to the top winner. Okay. So the top winner gets all three prizes. Now the hat is a little weird. You're going to get the hat that kind of looks like that, but it's going to have like a white back like this with our logo on it. So we're going to be running two top prizes, two second prizes, and two third prizes because the giveaway at the beginning was supposed to be for when we hit 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And then during that week, I found out that DistroKid told me that I haven't merged the I needed this Dave topic channel that it had, and I didn't claim it. So I claimed it, and all of a sudden it put everything together, and I hit 70,000 subscribers within the next week. So I figured, hey, why not kill two birds with one stone? Let's celebrate 50K and 70K together. So we're gonna have we're gonna have some good prizes. Now we had 105 submissions in this today. So let's can you guys hear the music? Mina, you good on the music? Let me know. Just let me know if you can hear that vibe. Yeah. Can't hear it, or is it just me dancing randomly? You can hear it? All right. So I'm going to be playing this a little bit here and there. Okay, groovy. Okay, I'm going to be looking over here. There's a little bit of a delay today. Thank God we're getting that studio set up because I'm going to have a guy come in. We met him in Vegas. He's a really awesome dude. His name's Josh. Josh, if you're watching this, what up, dude? But he's going to be coming in and helping us set up the studio to where it runs like a well-oiled machine. We're getting brand new microphones, new cameras. We're getting lights, all of that good stuff. So that way, when we go live, it's none of this anymore. It's none of Dave just trying to figure it out. We have someone coming in to actually help us run the studio. Big things are coming for Need This Dave. Now, unfortunately, Dennis and Brandy, they no longer work for us because Brandy wanted to go into the RN universe, which I totally support. And we've been praying for her to do that. And she finally got accepted into a program to start getting her RN certificate. Is that what you call it? And then Dennis, he felt like this was a little bit too quick for his journey, so he decided to take a step back for a little bit until he felt like he was ready. So I just ask that you guys all send prayers to them during this chat. We're going to miss them here, but still good things coming for Need of This Day. We have a lot of people coming up that have been wanting to be part of the podcast that I think that you guys would really enjoy. I have a couple of people that are going to be on the first couple of episodes that gives a little bit more. What is that? more vibey feel to the podcast. So I'm excited. It's going to be a solo run for a little bit. It's just going to be me on the podcast talking about the stories behind the songs if you've never heard them before. And then in tune with that, we're going to have a blog attached to the podcast when it comes out. So music's going to be one aspect of it. Then we're going to have a podcast and a blog. There's going to be a lot going on, but the studio is what we've been waiting on to get all that started. So I don't know about you guys, but who's ready for some merch? Let me know, because we'll get started. Let's pop up that roulette wheel. Now this has 105 people on it. 105. That's too much for Davey to comprehend. So first, thank you guys so much for everybody who submitted, who's showed support through this, everybody who's purchased merch, who's won merch, and who we've just given it away randomly. So I'm excited to see who wins. Are you, Mina? Are you excited to see who wins all this? Yes. So I wish this song was a little longer, but we're just going to keep pushing it, okay? All right, let's go through the comments real quick. So Mama T says, I need another CD. Well, play your cards right, and you might just get another one. Who else we got up in here? Edwin, it's good to see you. So happy to see you guys. Harambe, of course. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Terry Bailey, how you doing? So also, I have bronchitis. I'm just getting over it. I've had it for about 3 days now. That's why my voice sounds a little weird, but all right. Are we ready to do this thing? Can we get a, are we ready? 105 people. Cynthia. 105. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. All right, so I think this first drawing here, should we do it? How should we do this? Should we do third prize first, then second, and then the big winners last? Or should we do the big winners first and then work our way down? I'm going to leave it to you guys. Mina says she wants to do the big winners first and then work our way down the list. But I think it'd be so much more suspenseful if we worked our way from down to up. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm excited. And bring it back. Oh, yeah, Harambe? How was seeing Damon Hunter, huh? Was he good? Small to big. Okay, Jerry Pepper says small to big. We got one vote. I wish we could do, I wonder if we can. Can we do poll? Yeah, okay, let's do this. So should we do first prize first? Start poll. We're setting out the poll now. Let's get you guys' votes in. Hopefully you guys can vote no, or it's just yes. Kefa, thank you. Black Sheep, that was a good song. I kind of wanted to go back to my roots of March On, make a new, battle song for all us Black Sheep that Jesus is calling home. Down to up. So we got 2 votes, Nina. 2 votes. How did people submit? So we put out a form, I think, the last 2 weeks of May, and have everybody submit. And then the cutoff was on the 29th. How many times could you vote? You could only vote 1 time. We should have made that more specific. But when we saw that there was 105 submissions from all different people, I don't think it would have been fair. Maybe next round, when we hit 100K, maybe we'll have it so you guys can submit your votes more than once. But there would have to be some stipulations. You would have to share it out to the world so everybody could be a part of this. I needed this journey. Get people closer to God. Every eye leads back to the foot of the cross, right? It's hard to speak when your lungs are filled. Kefa, I will give you some advice here after I'm done. Mina, what's the votes? You see, we got 62% says yes. Let's see, end poll. Let's end the poll here. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got 62% says yes, first prize first. And we got 38% saying no to first prize first. Well, it looks like my idea was, and Mina's was good. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna do the first prize. Now, if you guys can't remember what that is, I know we're dragging on here, but if you're just getting in right now, the prizes. Let me pop this back up and pack this bad boy back up here. So the first prize is going to be a t-shirt with this brand new March On to Mount Zion logo on the back. We're updating all of our merch to have the new logo. So this will be on the front part of the logo. So let's see if I have another photo here. Okay. So no, I like the other one better. But this is our brand new March On to Mount Zion shirt that we're going to be start pushing out. You should start seeing it live on the merch store now with the updated logo on the front, and it's going to have a patch on the side. So it's going to kind of look like this. So these are awesome shirts that I cannot wait for the winner to wear. And when you get it, please take a snapshot or a picture and email it to me. You'll have our email, because if you win, we have your email from the form. We'll reach out to you and say, hey, congratulations, you've won. Give us your address and we'll send out all this stuff to you. You're also going to get a hat. It's going to kind of look like this. It's going to be gray with the white logo on it with the white background. And then you're going to get a signed CD from me. I think that's going to be number 55 and number 56 that we're going to be sending out today to the number 1 and 2 winners of the top prize. So without further ado, let's get this going here. Man, trying to go back and forth between screens is crazy. The merch is fired. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Third place first. See, Mom, you already missed it. We already did a poll. You already did a poll. My mom came in late. Let's give her one of those. All right. Are we ready? I'm excited. Everybody in? I can't see how many people are actually in the chat. So 21 people are here out of the 105 that's signed up. I know we could do better. But with all the people that showed up, I want to be respectful of your time. Okay. Let's see what music we got going on here. Yeah, we'll play some bonfire in the background here. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I know. So this is for the first prize: t-shirt, hat, and CD. Let's go. Here we go. Are you guys ready? I'm kind of nervous to spin it. All right, here we go. 105 people. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Who is it gonna be? Kimberly Herring. Congratulations. You are first winner on the top prize of a t-shirt, a hat, and a CD. Mina, make sure you get this written down so that way we can reach out to her. Keep an eye in your email. We're going to be asking you for your address so we can send you out this merch. Make sure when you get it, you take a picture and post it. It's bragging rights for everyone that's been in this chat. You are our first winner of our first ever giveaway. So everybody right now, let's give her a round of applause. Let's see if I can find this. Nope. There we go. Yeah, Kimberly! I'm still getting the buttons down. Josh will help me with that later. All right, so let's remove her, because once you win, you can't win again. So we're going to remove Kimberly from this. Now there's 104 people. 104 people. Are you one of the lucky 104? I have to make sure that I know what button that was. Okay, it's the orange one. Yeah. Okay. That's an L on my part. Okay. All right. So now we're going to be doing number 2 winner. Are you guys ready? I'm excited and nervous for all of you. So let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is for round 2 of the t-shirt, hat, and CD, signed CD. This is for the number 54. No, what did I say? 55? But 55, 56. So, Kimberly, you got 55. This is for the signed CD number 56 out of 100. So, here we go. Hold your breath. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be? She didn't want to put out her first name here. So congratulations to Megan. You had an opportunity to put your first and last name or just your first. Megan, make sure you keep an eye out in your email because you are our second winner of our first ever Needed This Dave giveaway. Hopefully they get better than this. But congratulations to you, everybody. Cheers. Woo! I'm excited. I'm half alive, but I'm excited. Are you ready? All right. So now the second, let's remove Megan from here. Congratulations, Megan. I hope you're in the chat here tonight. So awesome. I'm so excited. Now, the next one, I think this is just for a hat. Let's double check to see what we, oh, this is for a t-shirt, that Mina said is t-shirt. And Mina is never wrong. So, let's do, I just want to double check, even though I know you're not wrong. I know you're not wrong. Okay, here we go. Yep. So second place is a t-shirt. Mina, why didn't you tell me that? We're going to play some Bonfire here. We're going to turn it down. Who's ready for a March On to Mount Zion t-shirt? Huh? Who wants one? Leave in the comments. I need 3 screens. All right, here we go. All right. What's up? What's up, Mo, the street preacher? Let's go. It's a big screen on the little tiny screen here. I don't know why it's coming in all grainy, but I appreciate you guys being patient with us until we get into the studio. Now, we had Megan and Kimberly to win the whole bundle, the hat, the CD, and the t-shirt. Now we're trying to find our winners, our 2 lucky winners, to win a free I Needed This t-shirt, the March On to Mount Zion brand new logo t-shirt. Are you guys ready? All right, let's do this. Here we go. Mina, are you ready? Should I stop the song? Should I hold the breath or just keep it going? All right, we're going to keep it going. Here we go. This is for the t-shirt. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? Ooh, Laura Barron. Laura, hey, make sure you check your email. We're going to be reaching out to you personally saying congratulations, you won your March On to Mount Zion t-shirt. We'll make sure we get all the details and everything ready for you. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's remove Laura. Everybody give her a round of applause. I'm so happy. Oh, that fires me up. I got the sniffles. All right. So this is for our second giveaway for the second prize. This is a March On to Mount Zion t-shirt. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So it's making me nervous for you guys. I don't know why. We have 2 people now? 103? 103, because we got 3 winners. 103 people on this wheel of fortune here and the Needed This Dave giveaway. I'm so excited. Let's go, Laura. Laura, are you in the chat tonight? Let's go. All right. Without further ado, because I feel like I'm making you guys wait too long, let's do this. This is for the second prize of the March On to Mount Zion t-shirt. Let's go. Oh no. Let's go. Did I say that right? If I said it wrong, please check in your emails. You'll get a personal email from me saying congratulations, you won our t-shirt. Make sure you give us all your information. I am so excited for you. Viviana Silva. Let's go. Everybody give her a W in the chat. Round of applause for Viviana. I'm hoping I'm saying that right and not saying it wrong for 8 times in a row, but let's go. Viviano. I think I said it right. I think Chad would tell me if I said it wrong. All right. So now we're going to be doing hats. This is our third prize. Now we're going to have 2 winners. This is going to be a hat that looks kind of like this, but it has our logo on it. I don't have my hats anymore. I gave them away for people who met me. So we had someone working on the house. Fun story about this, how I got rid of my black one. Someone found out that they were working on our studio, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're working on Needed This Dave's." I was just listening to a song on the way here, and his name was Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. Now I would show you guys the picture, but I was in my pajamas. I looked like I just woke up, and he was so excited. And this is the first time that someone actually recognized me for my music, and it was a true fan. So I ran into the bedroom. I got him a hat. I was like, "This is the best I can do. You're the first person that ever noticed me. So I'm gonna take a picture with you. You can have this hat." And he added me on Facebook and everything like that. It was really cool. And then I don't know, it just made my whole day. I remember calling Mina, calling my mom. I called J Pep, I think. J Pep, didn't I call you and tell you what happened? So I don't know. It was a really humbling experience. And the white one I think I gave away in Vegas. So but I can't remember. Do you remember who that was? I think I just gave them the hat because they were a fan, but it was pretty cool. And now I'm walking around with this one that I got from Tractor Supply. But I am going to get myself some new hats and new merch. We went out and bought a couple of shirts. These are just Dave exclusive. But if you think that we should get this shirt on is this exclusive just for me, right? And us? But if you want a shirt like this in the merch store, let us know. It just says "Needed This Dave, all glory to God" with a cross on it. And it has our logo on this side. Jeez. So if you want that, let us know and we will try to get that going. But let's see what other song we got. I think we got March on the Mount Zion here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we do. Okay. Woo. Was it the guy in the airport? No, but that guy right there. To tell you a quick story about Vegas, and then we can get on to the winners real quick. Dennis and I, well, all of us had a layover in Pittsburgh, and so we were in there waiting. And Dennis had a shirt on from the 2819 church that said "Until all have heard," and a guy came up and asked him about it, and it was so cool because Dennis opened up his Bible and he's like, "This is exactly where it reads, like until all is heard. It's like go out and make disciples." And he just kind of read the Bible, and then the guy is like, "Hey, can I pray over you guys?" And we're like, "Absolutely. We're about to go to Vegas on this trip to talk to a franchise team." And he's like, "Oh, that's a big deal." So he's like, "Let me pray over you." It was so out of the blue. It was random, but it was such a blessing. It just kind of shows you that God was telling us that we were in the right spot at the right time, and He sent someone over just to pray over us, which is pretty cool. So, all right, let me stop touching the mic here. Are you guys ready for the next round of prizes? This is going to be for the hat. We're going to have 2 winners here. We removed, who was the last one? Viviana, right? We had Laura, Kimberly, and Viviana as the winners, and Megan. All right, so let's see who our last 2 winners are to win an I Needed This hat or Needed This Dave hat. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, are we getting another Lara? Lara congratulations. Needed this Dave hat with our brand new logo. It's the Helmet of Salvation logo. So make sure you keep your eye on the email. We'll be reaching out to you. All right. Thank you so much for submitting your request. All right. Does that say mom on it? Is that my mom? It just says mom on it. That's hilarious. Well, mom, just know that you are on there, and you're this little sliver out of the 100 and I don't know 2. It doesn't say mom. Oh, okay. Never mind, mom. It doesn't say mom, and just ignore everything that I was saying. I'm a crazy person. All right, here we go. This is for our last prize, and then we're gonna go into the show, the story behind Black Sheep. If you want to hear it, if not, I can jump off. You guys can go back about your day, or do you guys want to hear the story about Black Sheep and how I wrote it? Congratulations to Laura for winning our hat. Everybody, if you want to give them W's in the chat, I'd be really appreciative of that as well. Are we ready? All right. So, Marissa, are you reaching out to him right now? Okay. All right, I was going to say, Marissa's reaching out to you guys right now. I think we're going to take time and say congratulations for our very first giveaway. We're going to make it very personal. I'm very excited for the people who submitted, all 105 of you guys. Thank you so much for making this journey, all of you, just a blessing. I can't even explain to you how much it's changed my life, my future wife's life, my kids' lives, and just the people that we've come across that have said that the music itself has changed their lives. And none of this, any of this would be possible without God. All glory goes to God, and God is leading everybody on our path and leading our paths in front of yours. So we got to give it up to God, the God. I'm very grateful for him, and the way he's changed my life in the last 8 months has been life changing. Like I can't even explain it. It's unfathomable on how to explain it. So without further ado, let's do our last prize. What's this one here? Let's find another song. That is not the song. Trying to see what songs we got on here. That's Dear God. Blue Skies. Be the Change. You guys want Be the Change? All right. So without further ado, here is our last 6 prize for a Needed This Dave hat. It looks like this. Everybody get ready for the last winner. It could be you. Here we go. Oh, mom, you're right there. Show hand. That's great, mom. Oh. Randy, you are our 6th and final winner. Thank you so much for submitting. Keep an eye on your emails. We'll be reaching out to you. Congratulations on winning a Needed This Dave hat. I'm expecting to see a picture of you rocking it. Send it out to us. Every person who was won tonight, please take a snapshot and email us back so we can share our live experience with our friends and buddies. Thank you guys so much for participating. We couldn't have done any of this without you, and I'm so excited that all of you have been such an amazing group of people to be around. So, let me shut that off real quick. I want to say thank you guys. I honestly, I'm not used to being live yet, so I might be repeating myself a lot and everything like that. And because it's kind of nerve wracking to get up here, especially when you hide behind the screen for so long and you're just making music and you're trying to push it out. I never thought in my wildest dreams that any of my songs would get viewed, let alone 400 million people across all platforms listening to this song, having someone from the MMA walking out and actually having them on my phone and talking about collaborating and making another song. someone from the Astros, the baseball, professional baseball, walk out to march on to Mount Zion. Someone from Penn State who was a wrestler who walked out to Yahweh. We've had so many people reach out to us about just using the song in different ways, podcasts, um, and just the emails, the endless emails that we get, the personal messages that I get about how the songs changed their lives, and how a mom has like shared the song with their son that was dealing with addiction, and it's kind of pulled him out of it a little bit. uh I've heard stories about kids going in the garage with their friends and listening to the song when I know I was a kid. um that was not the music that I was listening to at 13, 14 years old. So it's really cool to be a part of something bigger than myself, and just knowing that the music, the songs that I write are reaching people that need it the most, because God's doing all of that. God knows who needs it. God knows um why why he's using anything that I write to impact anybody. And it's such a inspiration. Not only that, it's just humbling to know that someone like me can have an impact on the world. And what I'm challenging all of you tonight is God's probably putting something on your heart to do something. He's called you to do something, or he's planted something back, like he did me with March on to Mount Zion. He planted that way back in 2017, and it never saw fruition until 2025. So there's something in your heart that he's telling you to do, and I'm asking you to be obedient, because every time that you follow what God asks you to do, there's rewards behind it that you will never see coming. Like it's unfathomable. Like it's hard to explain. God has your best interests in mind, and stop delaying it. Don't be fearful. Do not be afraid. Do what he's asking you to do, and I promise you'll see green pastures on the other side. It does get better. You just have to be faithful. So I'm gonna play some music. I do have Black Sheep tonight that we're gonna be talking about, but uh, Nikaj, is that how you say that? Can you tell me how you say your name, or can I just say Nika, Nika, Nika? Yes, I found you with Blue Skies in TikTok after my dad passed. Your song came on my For You page. It's literally what I needed. See, that's exactly like that's what I mean. It's like Blue Skies was something that Marissa and I were driving down the road, and I was like, I feel like making a song about how I've been feeling lately. And um, I was like, it's a beautiful day. And she's like, yeah, it's beautiful blue skies. And I was like, Blue Skies. I'm like, that's the name of the song. And it was like, it just kind of happened. And I never thought that song would hit 3.2 million on TikTok or anything like that. But I'm so grateful that it met you where you were. Um, just because Blue Skies, it was my prayer to God about depression. It's like being a man in today's world, and how everybody kind of like writes you off. That's kind of like how Black Sheep is tonight, and how like my journey on that path. If you saw the video on Black Sheep tonight, or any since I posted, it's been up for about 4 days now. I actually wanted to spend time making a video that shows a black sheep going to the journey to finding Jesus. And if you haven't watched it yet, I I ask that you do, because I put a lot of time and effort into that video. It took me probably 11 hours just to make the video itself, after I made the song and wrote the song and everything like that. So, yeah. But so my to writing the song Black Sheep, how many black sheep are in the chat right now? Like how many people are here right now with me um that felt like they've been black sheep before, or feel like they're the black sheep right now? Yeah, God bless you, Nika. And I'm sorry to hear about your father. I'm grateful that God met you where you were. Um, yeah. Sometimes I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know how to handle stuff like that, because I'm just a normal guy. I'm not. I feel for you. So much love's being sent your way. Nick Nelson, it's good to see you in here. Yeah, I remember sending you the black sheep, and you're like, dude, that was a whole different vibe. So how many people in the chat tonight have either one listened to it, watched the video, or haven't heard it at all? Because I want to talk about it, and it'd be kind of awkward if no one's heard it or seen it. Me from where I've been. We got 19 people up in here tonight. That's not bad. That's not bad. Thank you, everyone who's come out. I appreciate it. I know it was a little last minute. I was trying to make sure that we had the studio up, but the studio is just now getting its the flooring put in. So I thought we were gonna have it ready by the time the giveaway came, but there were some unexpected issues that came up. But I'm hoping it's getting finished by next week or the week before or like the week next, but it's coming up soon. So I'm sorry this was last minute trying to get everybody together to do the giveaway, but I'm so grateful for everybody who's been here so far. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, JPEP, thank you for sharing the song on your live. If you guys haven't seen JPEP's live on TikTok, it's one of my favorites. He's live every Saturday. For me, I go on Saturdays. He plays a lot of good songs. He is a very good I want to say like radio DJ for lives. He engages very well. He's one of my favorite people on this community that I've met so far. Um, yeah, you guys should go check him out when he goes live on TikTok. JPEP, you can even post your link if you wanted to. But he's a good dude, and I recommend him to everyone. Trying to keep up with all these comments. Well, yeah, I mean, I've been called worse than a black sheep, you know. I wouldn't recommend it, but like what happens is when you live in a life that a lot of people don't understand, or you don't live up to the family's expectations, or you don't uh live up to like what school has designed for you, or you just don't fit into the society that you were born in, you could be called a black sheep, right? And they kind of like cast you out. And so the reason why I wrote Black Sheep was to show everybody that Jesus says his sheep hear his voice. And at the end days, he will separate the goats from the sheep. And what I noticed was when he said sheep, he didn't identify what color the sheep were. He didn't care if they were black or if they were white. He's calling all of his sheep back home. So for us, all of the people that feel like we've been black sheep, where we don't fit in, we don't belong, this song is for you guys. And I want to kind of tell you a story behind it, if you will let me. And let me pop up this art because I thought it was cool. Um, because usually when I get the cover art, I kind of have an idea of how I want the story to go, but I've never really took the time because I didn't think that it really mattered, which shame on me. I never thought like having a video to this music mattered because you guys cared more about the song and the story behind it. But I was like, man, there really needs to be a video attached to these now because a lot of people come for the experience almost, you know? All right, let's see. Can you see this? That's as big as I can get it right now. Bumping with Jesus, JPEP. Oh yeah, there's another one. So Phoenix, that's something that I tell a lot of people too. The black sheep usually does become the scapegoat, right? And someone that's kind of how I feel about how my life is. Without getting in too much detail on that nitty gritty, but it's like somehow, some way, in every in altercation, every communication that didn't go right, I was always left the villain while everybody else was left the victim. Everybody was batting 1,000 while I never hit a home run or even could hit the ball. I was always the bad guy. So, and even to this day, like I still feel that sometimes, even with like the education, the therapies, all of the things that I've gone through in my life, and still somehow, some way, we'll talk about it, but it's the environment that you're in. You can be scapegoated into a lot of people who have never taken accountability and responsibility for their lives or for anything that they do. And they like blaming you because they know that you'll be the only one who actually does take accountability and responsibility. You'll take that blame and you'll try to do something with it. And what happens is we all start off in this world as white, pure sheep. But while as we go through this life, the darkness is what taints the wool of our clothing, the scars, the dirt, the darkness. It makes our outer side black. So that's why we're called black sheep, even though underneath we're still that pure white sheep. We're just walking through the darkness. And when you watch the video, I really try to design that every single time the sheep was in a dark spot and it wasn't looking for God, its whole aura turned back to black. But every single time the Jesus or the light shined on it, you saw a little bit of that white come back out until the very end when Jesus touches the lamb on its head and it turns completely white. I don't know because when I wrote this song, it's like about my journey and about black sheep. And when you write a song, you want it to be relatable to other people that are listening, but you want it to stay true to who you are, to the soul of who you are, right? So there was a part in this journey when I was making this video where I got to where this the cover art is, where the sheep comes up and he stops and he sees Jesus over on the other hill, right? And he has a choice to make. Does he keep walking or does he just stand there and stare? And the fact that Jesus turned around and waved him and said, "Come on." It made me cry. Like it made me cry really hard because I feel like this is where we're all at sometimes, right? Or we're walking through the woods, or we're all the way in the beginning looking up at the moon going, God, where are you? I'm alone. You know, like I've been on this, I've been on my knees before. I've been praying. Like, why do I feel like a black sheep? My mind is running so deep right now. It's like, where are you? So when we got to this moment in the video and I was able to get to where Jesus just turned and waved and said, "Come on," you know, and then the next scene, the sheep's running to him. And not not only that, like Jesus fades into the background and you see all of the other white sheep, and then it zooms out and you see like just herds of sheep, especially at this part that is saying, Jesus, you were calling us all back home. And you just see the waves of sheep, all of these sheep that Jesus calls his own, he's calling back home. And then it zooms into this little black sheep just in the middle of all these white sheep. He doesn't know how he got there. And Jesus came and picked out the one out of the millions that were there just to say, "Hey, I see you too. I love you." And it just got me. It got me to the point where like it sucks because every time I'm it's self isolated and alone. Every time I cry, either Marissa knows when to call me or my mom knows when they call me, and I'm like, "Oh God," I'm like, "Oh no," I'm like, they're like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "Nothing. I got something in my eye." I'm like, "Shut up. You're crying. I'm not crying." It happens every time. Every time. Oh my gosh, there is a lot of comments. Oh man, so uh YO Raider. You know what? You gotta watch the video and tell me how you feel. How did you feel about the song? Trying to go up and see if I. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for saying that you love the music. I appreciate you so much. My mom said that she's been the black. Yeah, definitely. I mean, every time I think about Black Sheep, I think about my mom and me and Marissa when we go through this. Right now, runs deep. How many people are here? We got 21 people. Hello to all the new people that joined in. Thank you, Phoenix. I appreciate you. Amen, Mama T. Rick, what's up? Welcome in. Evening. You missed the giveaway. You missed the giveaway. We had 6 winners. 6 winners winning the brand new merch. So, all right. Let me give you a little backstory. You guys still want to hear the backstory of Black Sheep, or are you guys good? You guys want to go about your day? I mean, We can cut it early, stop it at 8, or I can tell you the whole story or a little bit of the story behind Black Sheep. I do have bronchitis, so I'm sniffing a lot. So that's why I'm going over here like just sniffing. Come on, you guys got to get engaged with me. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Tina? All right. Yes, backstory. Okay, tell us the story, the whole story. Play the video. I can play the video, but I don't know if it'll come through. I mean, we can. Yeah, let's do that. You cool with that? All right. Let's see if I can do it actually. Before I say yes to that, let me see if I can do it. Let's turn this part off. Um, I wonder if I can just look it up on YouTube here. YouTube. I have to go through a bunch of different stuff here. So we'll go to my channel. So I let the kids on my Chrome. So let's go. Let's do this. Black sheep, black sheep. There you are. Can you guys see this? Can you see it? Okay, so let's see if I can get this popped up on a shared screen. Screen, black sheep. Let's see if it pops up that way. You should be able to see it right now. And if I make it large screen, what happens? You should be able to see like the whole screen and nothing but the screen. So help the screen. So it should just be a black screen. All right. So when I hit play, yes, you guys can see that. Okay, cool. We'll start it here so you guys can see a little bit of the sheep. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, am I still showing or should I make this a little bit smaller so I can you see? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Like I said, this is all new. We're using riverside.com. So we're trying to like integrate a bunch of new stuff that's going to be moved over to the studio. So please forgive me. And I appreciate your guys' patience, but I'm excited for what we're going to be watching together. And I'm hoping that I can kind of tell you the story while I'm going through this. Let's see if I can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. Okay. So in the beginning, it says, I lay down and I go to sleep. I prayed the Lord my soul to keep. I'm alone right now and my mind runs deep. Father, why do I feel like a black sheep? Right. So in my life, when I think about this, I always think about like what I learned as my first prayer, like when I was a young kid. And it was always that like, Lord, lay me down to sleep. I prayed that my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray that my soul, I haven't said it enough, but I was thinking about that was the first prayer. So like when I was thinking about the first journey, like the beginning of the journey of the sheep, I was thinking about like what is the starting point for us to feel like our relationship with God goes. And most of my life, I want to say like the first 20 years of my life, I was carrying heaviness for the most of my life. So that means like I always thought I was stupid because like going to school, I moved a lot. Like every 2 years we moved to a different school, a new location. My mom had me when she was 17 years old, and I have so much respect for my mother. So hopefully this doesn't sound like I'm bashing her or anything like this. And she'll agree. If I say something wrong, I promise you, she's in the chat. She'll tell you. But we moved around so much it was hard for me to gain traction of like friendships, stability and stuff like that, and I never really fit in to the schools. There was only one time in my life that I felt like I fit in, and it was in third and fourth grade when I stayed at a school, and I was able to finally have like an official friend. He came over to the house all the time, and then after that we moved away again. We moved farther away actually, and I went to a new school system that, and I was so depressed. Instead of being understood because I moved away from that situation, I was so depressed that I didn't focus in school anymore. I wasn't able to function properly, that this teacher of mine failed me. She treated me like I was an idiot. She treated me like I was a bad kid. And we lived in a trailer park back then. So we were labeled as the dirty kids. We were labeled as the dirtbags, scumbags, whatever you want to call it. And we lived in a location. It's called Lakewood, New York. This is where we used to live. Where there's a lot of rich people in this location. They live on the lake and everything like that. So you definitely felt like a black sheep. Like you didn't feel like you belonged. And when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, going through that culture, um, it sucks. And so I actually failed the 5th grade because of that environment, that environment that I was in that never really like cared enough. Like I found out at 34 years old that I'm a high autistic. I'm suffering from severe PTSD. I'm suffering with it now. I can't sleep. I'm probably averaging about 7 hours of sleep um, for the last 3 days. So there's a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with. And during that time, in that period where I was also going to school, I wasn't feeling like I was smart enough. I was getting mentally and physically abused by my mom's previous husband. So it was a lot to take in where you felt like a black sheep at school, you felt like a black sheep at home. You didn't really know where to belong. And my mom calls those days like my feral days because when we lived in the trailer park, we just went outside. We never wanted to stay inside. We went outside. We went down to the creek. We rode our bikes all over the trailer park area and stuff like that. But um, the last thing you wanted to do was be inside. And the people that I had closest to me were my brother and my cousin Joey. And we all were black sheep, even in the trailer park. We just didn't fit in. Like it just wasn't something that we were never the coolest trailer park kid. We just never fit in until we got a Nintendo 64. But that's a long, long story. All as soon as we got into 64, all those kids came in out of nowhere. We had friends for like a minute in our lives. Pokemon Snap, woo, Pokemon Stadium. That's when we were the cool kids. Anyways, but so that's the start of this, right? So this is when you hear my songs. This I try to write stories about what I've lived. So when you've watched this,
Black sheep.
like how many of you have caught yourself out in the wilderness? It's all dark, and the only light that you have is the moon, right? You're feeling down on yourself, but you feel something tugging at you.
Jesus, I hear
Now,
you calling me.
my entire life, my mom has always been a Christian. She always has been. And seeing the life that she led all the way up until I was about 18 years old, I I didn't understand it. I didn't like it. I was actually against it. I didn't believe in Jesus. I didn't believe in God. I was actually atheist. I actually agreed with all the friends that I made along the way. It's like God's not real because if he was real, I wouldn't feel like this. I would feel loved. I would feel insert thing here, right? And um I remember when my grandma passed away, it's like I really wanted to go to church. I told my mom, I was like, I feel like I have to go to church. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. I'm like, I feel like God is calling me. Okay. So that's the part of this song. So when I see this, I'm not saying I'm a sheep. I mean, my nose might be as long as this one's, but uh what I'm saying is like when I saw this, I pictured myself just looking up and being like, I hear you calling me, right? A lot of us have been in this moment right now. I don't know if those moments had like hardcore guitars playing in the background, but this song is to wake all of us black sheep up like, hey, he's calling us. Get that head bop. Because I'm sorry to keep pausing it. I keep thinking I really wanted this to go back to my roots of like March on to Mount Zion or Bonfire, Yahweh. I wanted something that would pick us back up. Like, yeah, we're black sheep. Yeah, Jesus is calling us. Like, I wanted something that put fire back into our souls. Not every single Christian song has to be sappy. Not every single Christian song has to hit you in the heartstrings in a way that makes you feel like you're sad, but also grateful. Sometimes a Christian song can build you up and get you motivated to go, heck yeah, like I'm on fire for Jesus right now. And that's kind of what my whole brand is like. Like I want people to wake up and know that Jesus is not, he's not always this loving thing. He's also calling us out to go out and talk about him and be savages, you know, flip the tables, do the things, be the black sheep, because there's a reason why he stood us out. Like there's a reason why we couldn't fit into those environments, is because he separated us for a reason. He was molding us on our journey. He was changing us and making us become who he needed us to be. So when he sent us back through that path that we walked on, we know how to help the other black sheep get to where he needs to be. So this is a cool thing that Dennis said, that really kind of struck me, is like, at first you start off as sheep that Jesus calls you, and then he turns you into disciples to go out. You become sheep dogs. You never really stop being a sheep, but you become a sheep dog. The disciples are out there to help herd. You're never the shepherd. The sheepdog is always to send the sheep back towards the shepherd, and the shepherd will lead the way. So I thought that was like one of the coolest things Dennis has said. And I'm like, dude, that is awesome. And I'm like, I'm actually writing a song right now called Black Sheep. So but yeah, Dennis is one of my greatest friends, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, he was on my live last time. He's a really awesome dude. He just gave his life to Jesus and God back in January, and so God bless you, Dennis. If you're out there, I pray for you. I love you, man. Thank you for giving me the sheepdog analogy. But without further ado, let's talk about this. So it's nighttime. The light is coming through where the moon is. Usually Jesus and God will wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and talk to you. And only when you
I laid down to go to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I'm alone right now and my mind runs deep. Father, why do I feel like a black sheep? I've been here before, down on my knees. Please do not let me.
Now, how many people have you been here? Like, how many people have been here, right? Even after you've heard the call and you finally give yourself, like, I have a friend, his name's Nick. He was actually just in here. Nick, hopefully it's okay to share this story, but he was talking about how he's at rock bottom right now. And this is the first time that he's ever prayed. God, he shut off all the lights. He's like, I'm not one of those dudes that like will get down on his knees and put his hands together, but he's like, I shut off all of the lights in the house. And I just started praying like, God, I don't know what else to do. I don't even know how to pray. I don't even know where to start here. It's not like me where I've been here before. I've been on my knees. Please don't let me stray. Right. So this moment is for every one of those people that have finally hit that spot where they've had enough, and all they have left is God. And they're going like, please just don't let me stray. I need you. Please lead me back your way. Right.
Stray. Bring your black sheep back.
And this is the first time the sheep heard its name being called, and it's still nighttime. The moon is still here, but the sun is rising over on the other side of the hill. He heard something. He heard Jesus calling his name.
Your way. I am a black sheep. I need redeemed. I want to hear the voice of the one who bleeds for me. I am the black sheep. I need set free. Jesus, I hear you calling.
Now, notice how the sheep is all black again, right? From right here, the light's shining on him. He's starting to remember, because that when you first start walking with God, it feels good. And this is what I told Dennis when he first gave his life to Jesus. I'm like, you're in that hum right now, but trials and tribulations don't stop coming just because you walk with Jesus. In fact, they get more intense because there's another force here, and it's the devil. And now that he knows you're walking with him, he's going to test that faith. He's going to make sure that no matter what happens, you're going to try to turn. And so when we come into trials and tribulations,
I am the black sheep.
Our wolf gets darkened again, right? So that's why I love this part where before he walks on the path,
hear you calling.
Right now, you can still hear him calling, but how many people have been here? Right at the start of the path, you see the journey and how far it is. And if you're a sheep walking into the woods, who knows what kind of predators are in there ready to eat you up? So, this journey here, it might be just a little tiny walk to us, but to this sheep, that is the longest road you can ever think of. You have no idea how far that goes, and you don't know what's in there waiting for you. Okay. So, now this is the pattern that broke me. So I had a mental breakdown at 21. I went up to the third floor. After I found God at 18, I gave my life to him. I went to college. I dropped out. I started doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. Started hanging out with the wrong types of people, and I had a mental breakdown because I knew God was calling me to do one thing, and I was living my life in another way. I was here. And a lot of people in my life, when you have a mental breakdown and you get sent to the, like, I went to the third floor. It's like a mental health spot, right? I don't think I needed to be there, but um my family thought I needed to because I was just so depressed during that time. And I was there for my 21st birthday. I went there in there at 20 and I was there for my 21st birthday. And it really made me upset. Now, you would think in my life and the people that were around me, you would think that they would have had understanding. They would have felt love and peace. Some of them did, but all of them walked away. And most of the people in my life started looking at me differently. They started seeing me as a bigger black sheep. People in my family were telling other people that I'm crazy. That's just my crazy cousin. That's just my crazy brother. That's just my crazy. Don't pay any attention to him, right? He's dumb. He's not, just don't pay any attention. And that moment in my life is when God found me at rock bottom. And that's when everybody else saw that I completely lost it. But that's when I started turning my life around in that one moment. That's why I made rock bottom. Rock bottom is where God built the foundation of my life. If there's nowhere else to go, start building up. And that's what God did. I have, and that's the cool thing about like making this music. It's like seeing the soul behind the song. I'm a normal dude. I've gone through so much stuff. I have nothing to hide, and I'm an open book. You can literally see my heart on my sleeve, right? The only way to make my songs even more relatable is by showing you that there's nothing special about me and God is still using me in this way. That's why Jesus, when he came down, he didn't go to the Pharisees. He didn't hang out with the Pharisees. He came out with sinners, tax collectors, people that the world saw as black sheep. He sat with them. He pulled a chair up to them and said, I see you. I love you. You are redeemed. You are mine. He accepted Peter at the shores after he casted out his nets and got all the fish. He said, I see you. You're redeemed. You are mine. Knowing that Simon, who was eventually called Peter, was going to deny him 3 times at the cross. He still knew. He accepted Judas. He loved him. He said, you are redeemed, knowing that Judas was going to betray him. So think about this when you're going through. A lot of us have been here. Okay. He has called us, he has redeemed us. I'm hoping I'm making sense. Are you guys still sticking with me here? Can I get like a hey, I'm still here, I'm still alive in the chat? Sometimes it's a little weird. Mina's over here just watching along, watching along. So that's why I look over here and just say hi to her. If you guys don't know, Mina is Marissa. That's she got the nickname Mina from my daughter, Clara. She's a 3-year-old who couldn't say Marissa, and she said Mina. So we call her Mina now. But she is my lovely fiance. We're getting married here in September, September 26, 26. She is my best friend through all of this. She has been my rock. Without God and without my wife, there'd be no Davy Pooh doing all of this stuff. So let's give her a little shout out before we continue on. Yeah, I don't know what button it was again. I think it was this one. Nope, this one. Yeah, Mina. Woo, nuts. Yeah. Okay. You guys ready to go back to the song? So, yeah, so like I always believed in God, right? Even when I had my mental breakdown. I think the reason why I had a mental breakdown is because I knew that God had a better life for me and I was purposefully walking away, right? Jesus is always here. He never walks away from you. It's you walking away from him. If we continuously walk in sin, knowing that Jesus is there, we can never claim that we actually had a relationship with him because we're breaking his heart every single time that we knowingly walk in sin. And I mean, something that gave me peace was 1 John. It was no, First John, where it says, those who say they're without sin deceive themselves. But instead of saying that, take your sins to the Father in repentance, and you have an advocate in Jesus. I'll find the verse. I have my Bible here, but it gave me peace because I realized, like, no matter how long we've been on this path, no matter how white we are, we're inherently going to sin. And the thing is like the more you walk with Jesus, the more you build up that relationship, the more you'll feel guilty, the more you'll feel bad for hurting your friend. Like Jesus is your friend. He is the bride to, and we're the bridegroom, like he died for us. So you feel almost as if like you don't want to hurt him and you want to build that relationship. And a lot of people, when they say, well, I've been covered by Jesus, I'm good. A lot of these people are going to experience what Jesus said is the most scariest verse in the Bible. It's like, depart from me, I never knew you. It's because if you truly know Jesus and you truly decide to live this life where you walk with him and you want to walk on this path to this light, it means that he's going to change who you are. He's going to change that dynamic. He's going to change the way you say the word dynamic, apparently, but it's going to change that the dynamic of who you are. He's going to make you a new creature, and you can't become a new creature without letting go of who you were. So that Dave who always thought he was stupid, the Dave who never could fit in, the Dave that always felt like a black sheep, I heard him calling me. Okay. The cool thing about my life, though, is that God still believed in me. He believed it. He believes in every single one of us. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing special about me other than every single time I fell, I got back up and tried moving forward. And that's something that a lot of us black sheep do, is that every single time we fall down, somehow, some way, we get back up and we move forward. And every time that we move forward, something in us, something that black sheep part, that black wool, it chips off. We still think we're that whole black sheep, but something in us will never go back to the part where we fell. We always move forward. We always try to take that step in the right direction, regardless if we want to believe it or not. If we have Jesus, we're always moving forward. Now, did you notice that Jesus's path here is not a straight line, but you can clearly see the way where the other sheep have gone? This sheep doesn't know this. It doesn't know this yet, but other sheep have walked here. So let's go back to the song. I apologize for talking forever, but so here we go. Yeah, Phoenix, when he says, I never knew you. God is loving, patient, and a great teacher. Yeah. Can you imagine if we had the patience of God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit? Golly, the world would be a different place. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
The devil calls me by my sin.
Oh, over here, this part too. The devil calls me by my sin, but you never called me from where I've been. This is one of the things that I've learned about the devil, is that he'll come down to you and tell you that sinning is fine, right? He'll call you by your sin. He'll call you lust. He'll call you, a thief. He'll call you an adulterer. But then he'll turn around and tell the truth to God about what you've done and how he was able to convince you to sin, right? The devil calls you by your sin. He doesn't see you as anything else. But Jesus, he doesn't call you from where you've been.
You don't call me from where I've been, you see.
Because Jesus, God is the Alpha and the Omega. He already knows what you're going to become. You and I, we have the unfortunate experience of living life in a forward fashion. We can't go back in time. We can't step on side of time and let it go by us until we're ready to jump back online. We are always moving in a straightforward path. Time is always moving. We can't see the future. We never know the day that we're going to die. We have no idea what the next 20 minutes are going to look like ahead of us. But God does. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He knows every decision that you're going to make. And if he's calling you in this life, that means he knows who you are going to become, right? Regardless of how much of a black sheep you think you are now. He sees what you became.
What I became, Jesus, you call me by my name.
So there you go. The devil calls you by your sin. Jesus calls you by name. Which one are you going to listen to?
Black sheep, black sheep, black sheep. I hear you calling me. Black sheep, oh Jesus, I hear you calling me. I'm a black sheep, not knowing where I belong. I have been walking on this path for so long.
Now, how many of you guys are still on this path? How many of you feel like you don't know where you belong and you've been walking on this path for so long, but for some reason you still, the reason why you're here tonight, maybe you heard Jesus's voice. Maybe you hear him calling you, and maybe, hopefully, I pray that you start seeing that he's leading you somewhere.
Never realizing all along you were the one making me strong.
Now, this right here, this is what I call a self-reflection moment. When I see this clip, it makes me think about every single time that I've looked in the mirror at myself as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a fiance, as a boyfriend, as a son. I'm somebody, right? But who we believe that we are. I mean, every single person that we've ever met has a different perspective of who we are in their minds. We're like a million different people in a million different people's minds. But this clip right here, looking in the mirror back at yourself, only you and God and Jesus know who you truly are. Every single decision that you've ever made, you have a sole perspective of who you are. And you are caught at this crossroads where you can either choose to walk back through the forest that you came, or you can start walking back towards the light. And for those who hear his voice, it's always 99.9% going to be the turn to walk towards the light, regardless of what the backwards. Like I said, a righteous man falls 7 times but gets up again. Only a wicked man will stumble and fall at every single, stump. Like, what is it called? Stumble. Someone look up that verse for me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm sick, so I'm like really struggling with my foggy brain right now. But I appreciate everybody who's still staying here and listening. But yeah, when I made this scene, this was self-reflection. Notice how they're still black, but there's white showing because he's closer to the light. You guys digging what I'm saying so far? Huh? You guys connected? And let me know. I'm really interested in seeing if I'm jibing, if I'm vibing with your vibe. Okay, so let's go.
They counted me out and closed the door. Jesus, you told me there was so much more.
So yeah, see how he says you told me there was so much more? How many of you are looking in the mirror and telling yourself there's so much more to life than this? There has to be. And then you turn, you go and open up a Bible, you talk to someone about God, you reach out to someone, or you hear a sermon, you listen to something on the radio, something keeps pointing you back in that direction.
Every battle left me worn, but you kept showing me what.
Thank you, Nick Lopez. Yeah, Proverbs 24:16. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble on every. Why do I say every? The wicked stumble when calamity strikes.
What I'm fighting for, I am a black sheep. I need redeemed. I want to hear the voice of the one who bleeds for me. I am the black sheep. I need set free. Oh, Jesus.
So Phoenix, I'm just reading your comment. This is kind of where you are right now. You are on the path, but because you think that you were trusting the wrong people, you don't know why you keep going down the same road. It doesn't matter who they are. But this is it. This is it right here. The thunder, the lightning. What's the first thing that the sheep
I
does?
hear you
It
calling
veers off
me.
the path.
The devil calls me
Over
by
him,
my
right?
sin.
And the devil calls you by your
Call me
sin,
from where I've been.
but Jesus is not calling you from where you've been. Right now, you might be trusting the wrong people, but it says more about your character that you choose to trust people. You give them the benefit of the doubt than it does their character. For people who take advantage of you and the people that are not doing right by you, that says more about them than it does you. You're in the wrong environment. Okay. What I say is remove yourself from that environment. If you don't have the right environment, then start creating your own. Start creating the environment that you need to strive in. Usually for me, I had to leave my old town, move into a new town, and start fresh and allow myself to heal and do all of these things that I needed to do to start being who God made me to be. But Dave, my friend Nick Lopez led me to your music. Amazing work. So Nicholas and Nick Lopez, you guys are both best buds. That's awesome. Amazing work. Bless you for spreading the gospel through your music. Thank you so much. Good night, Mama T. Just never allow what other people do to affect your behavior, Phoenix. Okay. And what I mean by that is there's something really strong and really dangerous about a man who can become broke, a man who has gone through the fire and still came out of it unchanged, right? He didn't allow the trials and tribulations to change who he is. He still chose to be a good person. He still chose to love. And the reason why he becomes dangerous is because the devil knows that you've been in the pit, you've done the work, you've gone, he's thrown everything at you and you still choose to love. You still choose to be who you are, regardless of what others are doing to you. Don't allow those people to take your peace. Allow God to replace it. Stop being a victim to it and ask God, what are you teaching me here? How can I come out of this so I'm not learning the same lesson over and over and over again?
You see what I became. Jesus, you call
He'll
me
still call you.
by
He's still calling you.
my name. Black sheep. Oh, black sheep. I hear you calling me.
Thank you, Tamara.
Jesus, I hear you calling me. I heard your voice cut through the dark, lit a fire deep inside my heart. You said my sheep know the way through the one and only gate. And when I found you, I saw there were other sheep too, cleansed and
How
white
many
by
people
the
love that
blood
part, huh?
you drew.
Right
You
here.
are calling all believers through, leading us all.
This is the cover art right here.
I am not
Bing.
the black sheep.
Okay. Notice how he stops. Notice how Jesus has his back turned towards him. He's having all these other sheep. There's 99 sheep here, right? And he's walking. How many have made it this far on the journey where you walk, you see the cross, you've been around the people, you've done everything that you can, but there's something still holding you back? Tamara, Planted could be my theme song. My story is so similar to your days. I love that. Yeah, Planet is another one of those songs, man. Like all of my songs, really, but Planet is fun fact if you didn't know. It goes through all of the seasons. It starts with fall and then it goes into winter, then it goes spring and then summer. So when you listen to the verses, picture where you are in those seasons. And that's why it says every season has a reason. I love Planet. That is such a good song. But when I made this part in the movie, I saw myself here, right? The guy who had the mental breakdown, the guy who um, was married and got divorced. I have 2 kids out of wedlock. Like all of this stuff. Like there's a lot of people in your life that will make you feel like a black sheep, like you don't belong here. You are too dirty to be there. You're too dirty to be where God's at. You're too dirty to be where Jesus is. And then you realize that the cross, when you start reading the Bible and you start getting your words that the Bible says from other people without reading it, you'll start realizing that these people don't know what they're talking about sometimes. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But this is where I was. I stopped right before Jesus. And I was like, I don't know if I belong here. Like, I don't know if I'm in the right place. I don't know if you were calling me. I heard you calling me, but I don't know if you are. So, and then this next phase of this video, the moment that I saw it happen, I cried. Like I cried my eyes out. And my mom called me and I tried explaining to her, like, this little sheep is me,
I am redeemed. I know the voice of the one who bleeds for me. I am not the black sheep. I've been set free.
And Jesus knows that you're there. And he turns around and he waves you. He says, come to me.
And now I see the devil said,
So, Tamara, my problem is that too many in my own mind. My problem is I'm too in my own mind and so very hard on myself. I keep thinking I'm missing something. I mean, we've all been there, really. Like I'm probably there daily, huh? Yeah. Like I think we're our most harshest critic, especially when we know like we have a better relationship with Jesus and we're building up that relationship. We always feel like we have to be perfect all the time. And that's not what Jesus is calling us to do. He's telling us to go to him when we do stumble and fall. Get back up and repent and say, Jesus, I stumbled. I'm sorry. Please teach me how to get better on this. And if you are missing something, ask him, what am I missing here? Like, what am I doing wrong? Get yourself around the environment of people who are faith driven, truly believe in Jesus, people that you can trust. And if they're not, start coming to stuff like this. Reach out to me. We have a prayer circle on our the website where if you wanted to sign up, we can send prayers. We can get in touch with you. We can talk. So you're not alone. Like there's no reason in this life with billions of people on the planet. Jesus is calling all of his sheep out home. And all of those sheep that truly have a relationship with him, they'll find you. Jesus knows the way. His sheep know his voice. Okay? You're not alone. Oh man, I am sick, so please forgive me. See, every time we fell, this is the lie I believed, is that I believed that God couldn't use me anymore, right? Like I'd stumbled too far. I thought I broke my relationship with him. I thought I was too far gone. And that truth wrecked me, like well, not that that lie wrecked me. The truth is what broke me even more is there's no black sheep in God's family. He didn't create me to be rejected. He created me to be loved, to be chosen, to be part of his eternal family. The world called me a black sheep. Heaven calls me beloved. You understand what I'm saying? He calls all of us his beloved. The world, other people, this environment that we live in might call you a black sheep, but heaven is calling you their beloved. Okay. So his sheep knows his voice. This is in John 10:27. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. This verse wrecked me when I first listened to it and when I was writing the song because Jesus doesn't call us by our failures. He doesn't call us for where we've been. He calls us by our names. And his sheep know his voice. So when we hear him calling, we know his voice. Even when we wander and we feel like we are still not getting it, we're still missing something, we still recognize that the shepherd is calling. Now, I saw this posted somewhere. Someone posted it earlier. He leaves the 99 to come to the one. This is in Luke 15:4-6. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in an open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Think about that. 99 sheep are safe. Okay. And he leaves all of them. He turns his back on all of them to turn and look at you. He goes for the one. He goes after the one who's wandered and he's there. And when he finds them, he doesn't drag them home. He carries them on his shoulders. Now I couldn't get that on here, but this sheep in this video, he runs to Jesus. He runs to them. Okay. But Jesus says that he'll put you on his shoulders and carry you back home. the sheep in the pen, and the sheep he still has to bring in. In John 10:16, I have other sheep that are not of this sheep in this sheep pen. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd. There are sheep in a pen right now hearing this, and there are sheep out there who haven't come home yet. The shepherd hasn't forgotten them, and he says, I must bring them. That meaning Jesus, he must come and get you. It's not a maybe, it's a promise that Jesus will come and get you. You haven't fallen too far away. I see that a lot of people are stumbling off. We went from 21 to 12. So a lot of people, when they hear stories and they want to find the soul behind what the song is, a lot of people will show up for the gifts. A lot of people will show up for the giveaways, but a lot of people won't stay for the word of God. And this is something that I want to tell you is like, I love every single person that came in. I enjoy all of the people who came here, but the message isn't for everybody. And the people that are sticking around waiting to the end, I'm sick, so maybe I'm dragging on a little bit, but this is the thing I want to tell all of you is the people that are here, maybe you're asking God right now and you've heard his voice. Maybe you're standing right here, you're at the front of the forest. God sees you. He's calling you. Jesus wants that relationship with you. And that's why I'm really harping on it, is because there's someone in this chat right now. There's someone here, I can feel it, where they feel like they don't know if this is the right time to do this. And I'm telling you, Jesus is calling you now, and it's starting to pay off. You know what I mean? Keep moving forward. The one thing that I read that really bugged me in Matthew was Matthew 25:32. It says, all nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people from one another as a shepherd separates sheep from goats. And he will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. And during that time, I don't have all of it written down, but he says, on his left, the goats, he'll say, depart from me, I never knew you. Because when I was sick, you never fed me. When I needed clothes, you never clothed me. When I needed water, you never gave me drink. And they said, when did we not do these things for you, Lord? He's like, for whatever you don't do for the least of these, you never did for me. Now depart from me and go to the place that was made for the devil and his angels. Then he looks at the sheep and he says, come home. And he said, because when I needed food, you fed me. When I needed clothes, you clothed me. When I needed drink, you gave me a drink. When I needed a place to live, you gave me a home. And they said, Lord, when did we do this for you? And he said, whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. Now come home to the place where we have been building since the day you were born. We've created a mansion for you. You know, like, so one of the things that I learned was that hell was never a place for any of us to go. It was made for the devils and the angels, the fallen angels. It was never made for us. Heaven has always been a place for us. In this journey that we're living on, this path that we're learning and molding, and the trials and tribulations that are molding our spirits to be more mature. So by the time we get to heaven, we really appreciate being there. And it really made sense. And so whatever you do to the least of these, the least of the people, if you see someone hungry, feed them. If you see someone who needs clothes, clothe them. If you see someone who's really thirsty and you have extra water, give them drink. If they need a place to stay, find them a place to stay. Give them a home. It doesn't have to be your home, but give them a home. This is how you know that you're a sheep, because he will separate the goats from the sheep. And if you want to read this for yourself, go to Matthew 25:32 through 33 and read that whole scripture. It'll change the way you look at things and the way you look at people. And if you're calling yourself a black sheep, this is why he made you stand out, is so you could start loving the least of these just the way he taught us to.
Was done. You always knew what I become. Jesus, you said the battle is won. Black sheep. All the sheep that you own. Jesus.
This is kind of what church feels
You're
like sometimes.
calling
Sometimes you're
us
surrounded by a bunch of
back
people
home.
where they are worshiping.
Your voice was always calling out. I was lost, but now I'm found. Home, home.
The cross.
Your sheep are never alone. Home, home. Jesus, you brought your children back home. Black sheep. Black sheep.
All right. So that right there was Black Sheep. Okay. So to give you this long, because I had a whole bunch of notes here and I was going to go down into the nitty gritty, but what God sees versus what the world sees. The world judges by appearance, history, and the outside. God doesn't define me from what I've done. He defines me for what Jesus did for me. He sees the clay pot being molded, not broken pieces. The verses that changed everything is Ephesians 1:4-5. For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight. In love, he predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ. I was not an accident, neither were you. I was not forgotten. God chose me before I took my first breath, before I even had a name. He counted every hair on my head before I was even alive. I was meant to stand out. You were meant to stand out as black sheep. We were meant to be cast aside. We were meant to sit in self-isolation for a while because the world says we don't fit in. We were never supposed to. The loneliness, the isolation, it was all according to his will. We were set apart for his glory, not ours. And the more we understand this, the better we understand that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. And every single dot in your life that has a turning point, God was there with his hand, calling you, come back home, home. You're never alone. Come back home. We're adopted, not abandoned. So when you give your life to Jesus, you don't just get saved. You get adopted into a royal family. I was no longer an orphan. I was no longer an outsider. I was no longer a black sheep. I was the son of the Most High. You are a daughter of the Most High. One of the things that I learned is the prodigal son in the Bible. Like him, I was broke, I was hungry, and I was alone, and I felt like I'd fallen too far for God to find me. Filled with shame, I felt dirty. My wool was dark. But God saw me and he ran towards me, didn't make me explain, didn't scold me, he didn't punish me. Jesus ran to me, he embraced me and loved me enough to die for me. My son who was lost is found. The verse I hold on to is Psalms 103:12. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. When God forgives, he forgets. When Jesus died on the cross, everything was paid right there. The enemies lie. The enemy wants you to believe your past defines who you are. My past defines me. The devil calls us by our sin. God calls us by name. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. He doesn't call you from where you've been. He sees you for what you became and what you become. My worth is not measured in my failures. It is measured in in his sacrifice. So I said there's a hidden detail in the music video, but I've already shared it, is every time the light touches the sheep, the wool turns white. And every time the darkness returns, it turns black again. That's what happens when we stray and listen to the wrong voices. But when the shepherd's light hits us, we're clean because Jesus already paid for everything that we've done. So every time God sees us through Jesus Christ, we are that pure sheep. Does this make sense? So who we are now, we are not the black sheep. And I don't ever want you to call yourself that again. You are redeemed. You're the one who hears his voice. You are forgiven. We are the children of the living Father who calls us back home. and we are the bride of Jesus Christ. And that's where I was going to leave it today. I'm hoping that for the rest of you that stayed here with us, with me tonight, and just wanted to uh, talk a little bit about Black Sheep, do the giveaway. I really wanted to talk about a new song, a recent song, instead of pulling up an old one. Um, I hope you guys like the music video. I've been debating on going back and making like the top 10 songs have music videos to them. And it's gonna be a challenge. But if that's something that you guys want to do, please let me know. Because um I could do it again if I wanted to. All right, let's see these comments real quick. Do we want to do a Q&A or are we good? You want to call it? Should we do a hard stop at 9 o'clock? What do you guys think? Nick Lopez, Dave, would you do Zoom meetings so we can talk to each other? Nick, we have an email that you can email me. It's office at ineededthisdave.com. Mina, if you want, you can put it down in the chat. You can reach out to me via email and we can get something scheduled if you want. I'd be willing to do that. Brooks for Yahshua says, Jesus forgave us. We must learn to forgive ourselves. That's where I've been for a while. Yeah. And a lot of things is like I hear people say, give yourself grace, but grace isn't something that you could abuse, right? So when you give yourself grace, try to move in the right step. Don't take like 17 steps backwards and one step forward. That's too much grace. Try to always challenge yourself to live today better than you did yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow brings its own worry. All you have is today. That's all you get. So try to live the best type of life that you can. And when tomorrow comes and yesterday wasn't the best day that you can live, if God blessed you with a new day, try again. Like they said, a righteous person falls 7 times, but gets up 8. Keep reminding yourself, keep moving forward. God's calling you home. Come on, Black Sheep. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, Brooks for Yahshua. Thank you for the $10 donation. Woo! I'm sorry, I'm just seeing that. I was in the zone. Wait. Let's see if I got it. Let's see if I got it. Nope. Where is it? Nope. There it is. Thank you. I am so sorry I'm seeing that now. It looks like you sent it a couple minutes ago. You should have tabbed me. You should have tabbed me while I was talking. I was on a roll. I'm sorry. Thank you, Brooks. That is way more than I deserve, and I'm so grateful. We will put that to good use towards music and music, the studio, the podcast. We will use that for this. We always dump everything back into this. So let's see. Is there anything else? White as snow, ready to get caught up. Yes, amen. The enemy is trying to take you further away from God. He will distract and deceive. That is correct. So, Phoenix, one of the things that you can battle with the devil is to get yourself involved in the word, to get yourself around the right people, that when the enemy does come and he does try to distract you, you have more people around you. Get your mind right. Start consuming things that lead you closer to Jesus, closer to God, to have a better relationship with him. Because it'll be a lot harder for him to distract you. Now, if he can't to distract you, what I've learned in my life is that if he can't get to you, he'll get to the people around you to try to distract you. And that's why you have to be surrounded by people who are strong in their faith, who can build each other up. So if one person's having a bad day, you build them up, and vice versa. If you're having a bad day, you're surrounded by people who can build you up. And it's important. And sometimes it's really hard to find that environment. That's why you make it. That's why I said if you want, join the prayer circle on our website. If you want, you can link that down too. We have a prayer circle. We're trying to get groups together where we can always keep ourselves accountable. I almost wanted to make a Discord where we can all go in there, say daily prayers, what we're going through, and just constantly have a community of people that are just in there. I mean, I don't know how to use Discord that much. I kind of use it just for like the back end stuff. But if that's something you guys are interested in, I'll make a poll on it on a post sometime soon and ask if that's something you guys want to do. And if we get enough yeses, we'll do that to where we can start building a community of people who can surround themselves together. Um, you know, yeah. All right. Is there anything else? I think I'm ready to pack this up. I am so like stuffy and I've been talking a lot. Is there any questions you guys want me to answer before I go? I'll play some. Let's. Jeez. So Nick Lopez, right now, just send everything via email. All right, buddy.
But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people. That you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. It's weird because YouTube, the people who follow me on YouTube aren't as engaging as TikTok. And you guys can't let that happen. All right. You can't let TikTok out engage you guys. So thank you guys so much for allowing us to hit 50K subscribers, then turn around and hit 70K. Thank you for the giveaway, because showing up for the giveaway, the 105 people that actually submitted to the giveaway. Thank you for everyone who showed up tonight. This journey cannot be possible without God and without you. I can make music, but if there's no one around to hear it, then I'm just making music for myself. And maybe that's what God wants. But I have a feeling that he's trying to use it for the people that need it, the black sheep that are out there that need that encouragement, the people that are at rock bottom, the people that need to say, "Dear God," the warriors of the Lamb that need to hear "March on to Mount Zion." We need to start making a bonfire experience. A spark needs to become a bonfire. We need to start growing the ministry now more than ever. For the 12 people that stayed behind and listened to this entire thing, God's calling you. Jesus is calling you to start your own thing, to do your own thing, to start pushing out the message and the good commission of Jesus Christ and what he did for us on the cross. So I'm going to challenge you to go out and do what you can in your own abilities to spread the good news of Jesus Christ, because that is the best news. He is our Lord and Savior. He did die for us on the cross. He died for you, me, your kids, your grandma, your someone's somebody. He did that for you and me. And he's calling us home. The time is now. If not you, then who? So I appreciate everybody who's been here. I love you all. I pray that you guys stay safe throughout the week. And if you see someone who needs to be fed, feed them. If you see someone who needs clothes, clothe them. If you see someone who needs a drink, give them a drink. If you see someone who needs to stay somewhere, find them a place to live. It doesn't take much. I love you. God bless. Until next time. This is the last time we're going to be doing it in this room. The next time is the studio. We'll have more of a cadence, more of a rhythm, and it'll be a lot more interesting than it was tonight. I'm just a little sick. I'm without my co-host right now. But I love you. God bless. See you all next time.